I'm going to be spraying this truck in what is called Autocoat BT. This is the second top of the line single stage, super thick single stage. It unfortunately was drying faster than I wanted. I chose a like a medium mix, but it was drying much quicker than I anticipated, even with slow reducer. So you're gonna see a little bit of orange peel more than I would typically have. The truck was still shiny, super reflective, so it's not that big of a deal, and it's less orange peel than OEM, but not as slicked out as I would normally want. I did another video painting a Volvo, and I got a lot of kind of just comments on that one, so it seems like people are interested. I'm also very sick while spraying this truck. I think I've got the worst of something right now, but the truck needed to get done, so I went in super early this morning to spray, which is also why I thought a medium mix would be fine temperature wise, because it was still early morning. I think I started spraying around 7:30 a.m. on the East Coast, so nothing too crazy, not too hot. The gun I'm using, for anyone interested, when I checked the gauge in the video in the beginning, my gauge said error actually, which means the battery died on me, or it got some paint thinner in it at some point throughout the week. But as you can see, spraying so much, I pretty much could hear the air and know where it needed to be. The first fan I put out was like immediately an eye pattern fan. But the gun I'm using is a Sata RP 5500, super popular gun. It's like a clear coat edition, but I changed it out. It's just an RP with a nice red tint to it that most Satas don't have. I chose a special edition gun just to have a different looking gun than the other Sata RPs on the market. Normally I would be spraying with a Wacom. The other video I made spraying a Volvo was with a Harbor Freight Black Widow. And honestly, I've sprayed a lot of guns. The Wacom's still my favorite, but I figured I would use the Sata on this one. The Sata's not a bad gun at all. The RPs are top of the line. I just prefer a Wacom. But again, spraying top of the line single stage. It's Autocoat BT. It's very expensive, super fade resistant, 10 years plus. It's actually a really thick mill coat. One coat is what's suggested with it, but I two coated this truck just because red doesn't cover as easy. Especially I didn't seal, so I had that white base coming through. So I wanted to make sure that everything was covered properly because I didn't seal. So that's why I two coated. Typically I don't two coat with this paint. I usually do 1.5, like a half light first coat, and then I let it sit for a second and then heavy coat on top, which is the way it's suggested to be sprayed. Which is going to be another reason there's a slight heavier orange peel than usual. I also only sanded with 400, so that's also going to be one of the reasons. But I'm sure the owner will be happy either way. It's a nice red. I get a lot of red vehicles. I don't know why. I'm like the person in the shop that always gets the reds, the oranges, and the yellows. It seems to be a thing with me. Yeah, enjoy. If anybody's watching this because they're going to be spraying a Fleet truck or have any questions on Fleet spraying, feel free to ask it below. I've sprayed a lot of Fleet vehicles in the last 4 years, so if I had to think, I would say I've sprayed at least 30 freight trucks in the last 4 years, so it's not unusual. I usually get, one every couple of months that I have to do an all over on.